Welcome to the Old Time Radio Superman Show. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you another exciting episode. Before we go ahead and get started, I do want to encourage you to check out Laser and Sword magazine. That's laserandsword.com. We have issue 7 out and our annual edition coming up soon. Please get over there to take a look. We also have regular features up on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So check those out at laserandsword.com. We actually got some email from listeners. We got 2. This is rare because we don't get as much feedback on this show as we do The Great Detectives or Dragnet. Leanna writes, I was thinking today, after listening to many of your Superman podcasts, when Superman flies to a different city for business instead of taking a plane, train, or automobile like normal people, how does he have clothes to change into when he gets here? Does he take a suitcase with him? Does he have clothes stashed all over the U.S.? Does he go into the store in his cape and tights to buy new clothes? And where does he keep his wallet? Just an observation. I think I've been listening to too much old-time radio. It's making me ponder odd things. I've got to admit, I wonder, even when he goes out within Metropolis to fight, I kind of wonder what happens to his suit when he changes out of his suit. I once wrote basically a little story theorizing that homeless people ran up and stole the suit while he was busy fighting as Superman. I don't know, maybe it's just one of those suspension of disbelief things. If you'll believe the guy will fly, then just accept that he's got clothes. So I guess that would probably be the best answer. David writes, Hi Adam, another cheeky observation from your Northeast fan base in Massachusetts. Listening to Superman these many months, I noticed that in the 1940s, he was only interested in the never-ending battle for truth and justice, even against the obvious Nazi agents in recent weeks. Any idea when Superman might have got his citizenship and started fighting for the American way too, although I'd bet it was sometime during the Red Scare of the 1950s. Anyway, keep up the great work. Well, you would actually bet wrong. It actually was something that came about when the U.S. got into World War II. I was reading up on it. It went away towards the end of the 40s run, as there was less of a focus on the Soviets, and then it came back on TV in the 50s and was dealt with in one way or another. When Superman Returns came out, it of course became truth, justice, and all that stuff. And I think that bothered people. I think if they had just said truth and justice, I don't think the omission would have bothered people. I think all that stuff instead of the American way, that probably rubbed some people wrong. But yeah, it came about during the war years. So anyway, we're going to get back into the story. They've just stumbled upon an old script from the 1940 season and are busy recycling it. So we'll catch up with them. Let's go ahead though and get into Dr. Deutch and the Radium Mine, Part 7.
Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Superman who can leap tall buildings at a single bound, race a speeding bullet to its target, bend steel in his bare hands, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice.
And now to our story. Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen have rescued Professor Julius Browning, world-famous authority on radiology, from the dungeon where Dr. Deutch has kept him prisoner to direct the operation of his radium mines. They're standing on the beach of mysterious Volcano Island, watching as an unowned ship approaches disaster on the vicious rocks of Dead Man's Reef.
Look up there. Do you see two light buoys?
Yes, Dr. Browning, I do. But wait. Are they moving, or am I imagining things?
You are not imagining anything. Those lights are moving.
But if they're buoys, why are they moving? Shouldn't they be anchored?
Indeed they should, Jimmy. But in a moment you will know why they move. Now, look to the left. Do you see those other lights?
Yes?
Yep, I see them.
Those are the lights of a ship. A ship with men on it. From ships like this come the men who are chained together to slave in Deutsch's radium mines. Watch and see what happens.
You mean that Deutch moves the light buoys that are supposed to mark a safe passage through the reefs?
Exactly. 5 ships in 2 months have had their bottoms torn out on those rocks. Most of the men managed to swim to shore. Deutch and his gang make prisoners of them.
But, Dr. Browning, where are those 5 ships?
Wouldn't they remain there on the rocks?
Oh, no. Deutch is too smart for that. 5 wrecks on one reef would make the maritime authorities suspicious. Then his game would be up. Deutch has them towed out to sea at high tide, and then he sinks them. You won't find so much as a spar or a timber anywhere.
Look, Mr. Kent, the channel buoy lights have stopped moving.
Yes, they're set now so that the ship will pile up on the worst part of the reef.
Oh, gosh, Mr. Kent, we have to stand here and watch it. We can't do a thing.
Not a solitary thing. Look, Jimmy, I want to get a better view of what happens. I'm going down and hide among the rocks on the beach. You stay here with Dr. Browning. I'll be right back.
Be careful, Mr. Kent.
Oh, I'll just sneak around the side of the cliff a little way where they can't see me.
There now. Maybe I can be in time to keep that ship off the reef as Superman. Up! Up! And away!
Meanwhile, aboard the freighter Clarabelle, bearing down on the treacherous rocks of Dead Man's Reef, the officers and crew are unaware of the danger lurking in the darkness dead ahead of them.
Evening, Captain. Evening, Mr. Winters. Everything all right? Couldn't be better, sir. We're making 10 knots.
Very good, mister. It's hard to believe this is the last time I'll be easing the old Clarabelle through Dead Man's Reef. I've done it almost 500 times.
Now, sir. Don't be like Charles' place. Now, sir.
No, yes, quite, Winters. No, I used to navigate this ship by dead reckoning in the old days. Before they put those channel lights in to make it easy.
Think you could still do it, Captain?
I'm dead certain I could. But why bother, eh? Just head us straight between the lights. That's all there is to it.
Almost as bad as being a landlubber. Traffic lights even on the sea these days.
That's right. I say, Winters,
What's that, sir?
those lights.
What's the matter with them, sir?
My old tired eyes must be playing tricks on me. How do they look to you?
Why, they seem all right. We're heading straight between them, sir.
That's just it. Somehow it doesn't seem right. They don't seem to be in the same position, the right position.
But, sir, those lights are inspected every month. And certainly the island doesn't move.
No, I guess you're right.
What's that?
Why, sounds like wind whistling overhead.
Captain, you were right, sir. Those lights were moved. We're heading straight for the reef.
The left engine! Pull us down!
Too late. We've grounded. Wait. I don't think so, sir. Look. Look at the bows swing around.
Why, the great hog spoon! It's a miracle!
Yes, sir. We're passing the lights. They're back in the channel.
Back on the island, Jimmy and Professor Browning, unaware that Superman has taken the situation in hand, look on in amazement as the ship miraculously veers away, its bow barely touching the jagged reef before it swings back on its course, a brief fraction of a second before piling up.
It's positively incredible. I can't believe my eyes.
That ship stopped as if she'd hit a wall, and then swung around as if she were being pushed. Oh, here's Mr. Kent. Say, did you see what happened?
Yes, I did. Oh, it was a narrow escape. That ship came within a hair's breadth of going on the rocks.
Oh, where were you watching it from?
Further down on the beach.
Oh, you smell of tar.
Huh?
It It's like the tar they use to caulk seams on shipboard.
Do I?
Yes, Kent, you do. Why, your hands are covered with the stuff.
Hey, where have you been?
Well, I was on the beach around the bend there. I picked up some seaweed, some kelp. That's probably what it is.
Kelp doesn't smell like tar, Mr. Kent.
Oh, it came off the piece of driftwood I was sitting on. Say, let's duck back into that passage before Deutch's men start nosing around. They'll all be down on the beach in a minute, wondering how the ship escaped.
Hey, good idea, Mr. Kent. Come along, Jimmy. Let me lead. I know the way.
Professor, do you know exactly what Deutch plans to do with the radium he's mining on this island?
No, Kent, I don't. He's never told me.
Oh.
All I know is that he continually speaks of it in conjunction with a master plan, whatever that is.
Professor, Deutch has a room of his own somewhere in that labyrinth of tunnels, hasn't he? A central office?
Yes, he has.
Good. I want you to lead us to it.
Oh, gosh, Mr. Kent, that's just what Deutch wants you to do. Walk right into his trap.
Now, wait a minute. I don't intend to walk in, Jimmy. I'd just like to find a place where I could listen. Maybe find out a little more of what kind of madness Deutch is up to.
He's cunning, Kent, and ruthless.
I know.
You won't learn much from him.
Well, we might, if we're patient. And lucky.
And aren't discovered first.
Well, I can show you a passageway that crosses directly over Deutsch's room. Will that do?
That might do fine.
All right. Now, quiet, both of you.
All right.
We'll have to cross this tunnel, and it's going to be illuminated. We don't want anyone to catch us, not now. Look, back there at the entrance of the tunnel. Some of Deutsch's henchmen sent to capture those sailors they expected.
Yes.
All right, now, quickly, around this corner. Follow me. Right. They've seen us. Down this passage. Quickly. Hurry. Now, don't wait for me. I can't keep up.
Nonsense, Professor. Here, grab my arm. We'll run together.
Thank you, Mr. Kent. Quickly now, in this door.
Right. Well, look, Dr. Browning. Look what's in this room.
Books. Nothing but books.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of books. Just stacked up on the floor.
Gosh, what can they be doing with all these books?
I don't know, but we'd better lay low for a while. They'll be looking for us, and this time it will come.
Meanwhile, in Deutsch's headquarters, carved deep in the rock of Volcano Island, the news that Jimmy, Kent, and Professor Browning have been seen has not yet been reported. Hans is explaining the loss of the ship to his chief.
But, Herr Doctor, it is true. I saw it with my own eyes. The ship stopped short only 20 feet in front of the reef. I thought it had struck. It stopped so quickly. And then I saw it swing around like it was being pushed.
It is incredible, Hans. You are trying to cover up your own failure with a fantastic lie. But ships do not stop short unless they strike something. They do not swing around unless something pushes them. Tell me, Hans, how does your fertile imagination explain such a phenomenon?
I do not know, Herr Doctor. I do not know. I only tell you what I saw. But one of the men claims he saw a mysterious figure swoop down and dive under the ship just before it stopped.
What do you take me for a child that you tell me such fairy stories? You know what this failure to get that ship means, Hans.
Yeah, Herr Doctor,
It means we have no additional men to work in the radium mine.
What can we do?
I'll show you what we can do. Hello. Bring Professor Browning to me at once. Now at once. 12 ounces of radium. That is all we need. Then we are masters over all men. It requires 12 ounces of radium, Hans. And you will get it for me. Or else.
Yeah, Herr Doctor. I will get it.
Good. How long do the men work now?
They do for 10 hours each day.
Starting today, it is 15 hours, Hans. Do you hear me? 15 hours.
Herr Doctor, they cannot stand it. We cannot give them enough food as it is, or enough sleep. They work underground. The air is foul.
12 ounces of radium, Hans. Tons of the pitchblende, hundreds of tons, thousands even. Pour it into the machine. The acid vats, they should be full 24 hours a day. The reduction tanks, they will never stop. Day and night and day until we have enough.
Doctor, if the machines break down under the terrible strain, then even the men who dig cannot help us.
Do not worry about that. Professor Browning will fix them. I have put a gun in his back before, and I will do it again. Yeah? Hello, what's it? Browning has escaped. How could that be? Yeah, the door was unbolted. But who? Never mind. He must be somewhere in these passages. Find him. I don't care how you do it, but find him and alive.
I heard her, Doctor. Browning gone, just when we need him most.
And you are responsible for this. How do these things happen? First, the boy escapes. Now even the professor is gone. Can you do nothing?
Doctor, they have been sighted in tunnel number 7.
Tunnel number 7. I have an idea. I can catch 3 birds in one net. Hello. I have new orders for you. Now listen carefully. Seal all the entrances to tunnel number 7. Do you understand? Turn off all the lights. And then reverse the ventilation machine. Yeah? I said reverse them. Pump the air out of tunnel number 7. Yeah. Pump out all the air.
Once again, Deutsch's diabolical mind conceives a murderous plan to trap and possibly murder Kent, Jimmy, and Dr. Browning. What will happen when the life-giving air is pumped out of tunnel number 7? Can Kent save his friends without revealing his Superman identity?
Don't forget, tune in again for the next thrilling episode with Superman.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.
Welcome back. One thing, Andrew, who edits the Dragnet Great Detective show, actually has a Western show, otrwesterns.com, and one of the shows he's got in there was Challenge at the Yukon. And their fake radio dog on Challenge of the Yukon sounds a lot better than this fake radio dog. And no, I don't think they had any real dogs that they would bring in so they could have a real dog barking on the radio. That just wouldn't work. It's always going to be a sound effect, but the dog here. Anyway, we shouldn't let that whole situation on the show dog the rest of the commentary. Yeah, that was horrible. You had to love this. Okay, here's my plan. I basically wait till they get so asphyxiated they pass out, and then Superman goes into action. I guess that's okay for him, but I think his greatest line in the show, when he gets into something where somebody asks for an explanation for something that would give away a secret identity, no time to explain. Though it has to be one of his favorite phrases. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you got any comments, please send them my way, adam@adamsweb.us. And we'll be back on Wednesday with another exciting episode of Superman. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.